All right.
All right, let's talk about the next one. This is a big episode. Many people's favorite episode of Angel. Some
Wow.
people
That's crazy.
rank it very fucking low. Um,
I'm in the
and
middle, I think.
Okay, interesting. So this one, well, first of all, it aired February 18th, 2004. The number one song in America now is Slow Jams by Kanye. I didn't realize that reached number one. I remember his first big hit being Jesus Walks, but
Mm.
I guess Slow Jams. All right, and the number one movie in America now is 51st Dates. I saw it in
Oh,
theaters.
Sean Astin,
It's
yet
true. Oh,
again.
he's hilarious in that.
He's
Yeah, he's
her
the
her
brother.
brother.
Yeah.
That's a
And
great movie. If you guys have not, I'm sure everybody's seen that.
yeah,
That's like
that
one you
movie.
watch when you're growing up, or one I watched when
Probably.
I was growing up.
All right, and I'll tell you what. This is the last episode of Angel that airs before Millie Bobby Brown exists in this world. She's born the day after this episode airs.
She's young as shit. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
yeah, yeah. Well, don't you remember everyone was like counting down? She was like the new Olsen twins. Like, when's she gonna be
You're
18?
right about that, but
Yeah,
that means she's still like 21.
yeah, and she's married. I think.
She is married to,
I don't know.
you don't know. All right.
Bobby Brown?
No, I don't know if I should tell you. No, I should.
Why?
It's just a fun thing that I wanted to keep you in the dark. But the listeners are probably wanting to know she's married to John Bon Jovi's son, one of his sons.
Oh, I think I knew that at
So
some
she's
point.
Millie Bobby Brown Bon Jovi.
That's insane. She just has the name of two of the top 80s stars in her name.
Oh, that's so funny. I don't think that's actually her name though, actually.
Millie Bobby Brown?
I think it's like a
Why would she
fake
call
name.
herself
I
that?
don't know, honestly. It's pretty weird.
It's a terrible name.
Yeah. And she's British too. Is Bobby Brown British?
She's British?
Yeah. Right?
Are you sure?
100% sure about that. Yeah. Millie Bobby Brown's real name is Millie Bonnie Brown.
What? Why,
Literally.
why would she put Bobby in there? So she was like, my name's Millie Bonnie Brown. That's not good. Instead, I'll name myself after notorious wife abuser Bobby Brown.
I don't think it was her choice. Like she was so young. There's no way she had any say in that, right?
She's actually born in Spain, grew up in England. Weird.
I've heard her in interviews though. She is very English.
Well, I'll tell you what, she does an okay American accent. I always thought she was kind of a weak actor,
It's
but
fair.
maybe it's just because she's forced to play American on that show.
Daniel, great point.
Yeah,
I like that.
thank you. I guess I'm open to a Millie Bobby Brown resurgence.
That's right.
Everyone seems to think she's gonna be like a big star. I read that like on like casting lists in Hollywood right now, like people want Millie Bobby Brown.
Really?
They
I
think
didn't
she's
know
gonna be
that. I thought
bankable.
the opposite, that people were like sort of out on her.
I think that's like what the internet thinks,
You're
but
right.
uh, she's apparently going to be a big star.
But she's no Jenna Ortega. Like if you got the choice, I think there are a lot of stars
No,
you'd choose
Jen
over her.
Ortega, I think, is like the it girl, but like
But how
Millie
old
Bobby,
are we going? Like, are we counting like Florence Pugh and Zendaya and people like
no,
that? Because
no,
they're.
I don't think we are. I think
I
we're
mean, they're like
talking.
my age. They're like not that old. Zendaya
Well,
is like
maybe
my
maybe
age.
Zendaya. Florence Pugh, I think, is in another galaxy at this point. Um, but Millie, but like I saw the Russo brothers talking about like we basically cast her as anyone in the Marvel universe. Like
Is she
we
above like Sadie Sink from
yes,
Stranger Things?
absolutely.
Wow. All right. She played
Mm.
Taylor Swift though. She'll always be better to me.
Sadie Sink. Oh right, fucking
In that she's in
awesome.
the music
Well,
video.
yeah, I
All too
forgot
well.
about that.
I gotta.
Uh,
Are you familiar with there's like a new porn star that does like that like fucks like 1,000 people in a day? Are you
she's not really a porn star. She's an OnlyFans.
okay? Fair enough.
But yeah,
Her name is Bonnie Blue. Okay, I'm thinking about this
yeah.
Millie Bonnie Brown, obviously. And I was thinking the other day, I had a funny thing. She should fuck the whole. She has two options here. She can either fuck the whole New York Jets or the Winnipeg Jets, and the title could be Bonnie and the Jets.
That's good.
That's good, right? Why am
Yeah.
I not producing porn parodies? I think
There's
that'd be
a
really good.
there's a Chuck Palahniuk novel called Snuff that
Hmm.
is like about it's like it takes place on the line for one of those. Like
Ooh,
1,000 dudes are gonna
that's
fuck this
awesome.
one girl, and like the whole book takes place on the line for that.
Not in the line.
In the line, fine.
I love doing that. That is incredible. I
Yeah,
want to read that.
it's a good idea. It's a short one.
A lot of the guys they show up like with masks and stuff. They're like, I do not want to be spotted.
Yeah,
It is so sad. I
I
can't
know.
even imagine you going to one of those.
I don't want to wait in the line. Like it
uh,
doesn't gross me out
what
or
if you're
anything.
first?
Then okay,
What if you're 10th?
okay.
You got to wait
If
like
I'm in,
10
if I'm
minutes.
in the first 15, I'll do
I love that we got to the bottom of
it.
that. There's another one that does it too, but she's less famous. I forget her
Who's
name.
that?
But they're like competing. Who fucks 1,000 men in one day? We can keep going. Uh,
I hate having a roommate here, or else I'd be watching porn. Like, there's not a lot to do with my time here at rehab.
yeah.
I
Lily
would get.
Phillips.
No, I don't know. Yeah,
Lily
she's
Phillips
not.
and Bonnie
She
Blue.
she is less famous. I've heard of the other one, but not her.
Hmm. She's
How's
trying
it?
though.
How does it feel to be the less famous guy, that girl that fucks 1,000 guys?
I mean, there's only two of
That
you. It's still probably pretty good.
that's kind of hurt your confidence, though.
But I think she
Like
copied
I'm
her. It's
in
hard to
terms
pass
of the
her.
people fucking 1,000 guys, I'm two of two.
But you copied. You can't expect to pass the person you copied.
It's happened before.
It's happened before, but I mean, you can't. Bonnie's the OG. I act like I know what I'm talking about. I swear I don't. I'm sorry.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Where are we?
Smile time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, smile time. So this idea had been floating around the writers' room for a while. The idea of like an evil Sesame Street. Okay, and they never really cracked the story. And then one day, Joss Whedon was like, "Well, you turn Angel into a Muppet," and
That'll do
everyone
it.
was like, "Fucking genius! Let's do it."
I thought that would
And
be the opposite. I thought that they would think, how do we turn Angel into a Muppet? And then they wrote the episode
no,
around that.
no, no. They came up with the idea for Smile Time first, and then like
Okay.
Angel being a Muppet is the one that really like pushed over the edge into let's make this. Um,
Okay. It's sort of Halloween 3 a bit.
oh, a little bit,
The Shamrock, whatever it was called.
yeah.
Um,
Um, so Whedon was gonna direct this one,
mhm.
but he is directing the next episode, so he wasn't able to.
Okay.
We'll watch that one next week. A Hole in the World.
Oh wow.
And but this one, so Ben Edlund had been working for the show for a while. He created the Tick. He's worked a lot in like children's television and shit. So they're like, all right, Whedon's gonna co-write it with Edlund, and Edlund's gonna direct it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think he does a fucking great job. There's a lot of really creative stuff in this episode with the puppet.
I agree.
Um,
I love the part where you see full body the puppet walking through Wolfram and Hart. That was probably my
yeah.
favorite shot. And like Harmony watches it walk by.
Yeah,
That was
and
probably the best.
the shot where it's like the hero shot from the opening credits, but like it like pans down and he's like
The
got the sword
sword, he's got
behind
like,
him.
oh, that
Yeah,
you might be right. That was so good.
and when he vamps up at the end,
Oh my god, my mind exploded. I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like,
There's a
they're
lot
really
of
doing it.
there's really fun stuff with the
That's the
puppet.
best. That's the best.
Um, all right. Let's go through it. What are your thoughts on Smile Time?
Okay. I liked it, but I think I feel about like in the middle of everyone else. It felt a little, it was super creative, but it was a little bit just like villain of the week. Not as cool as some of the other ones where it's like
I
whole
mean,
season arc episodes, you know?
true, fair, but it's a standout. I mean, like I always think of it as like almost like Hush, which is like obviously not a comedy episode of Buffy, but it's a non-season arc episode,
Mm-hmm.
but where something really important happens. We're
Whoa,
introduced
a
to,
bird just almost
yeah,
attacked
so
your head.
yeah, we're introduced to Tara in Hush.
Oh
So
wow.
like it stands out both as like an individual like interesting individual effort, but also something important
And we
happened.
did have Nina here. I don't know how important she will be going forward, right?
Well, I think more importantly, Wesley and
Oh,
Fred hook up at the end.
great call. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty important. No, you're right. You're right. Honestly, I'm thinking now, I think I'll probably jump it a few spots in my ranking, but well, that'll be the end. So there's a boy staying home from school. They do that very well. You see the thermometer in his mouth. You know he's a sick little guy, and he's watching uh the TV, and it's like a Sesame Street, as we said, and they're singing a song. I don't know if it's the same song we get at the end. I want to say that it.
No, there's a bunch of different songs. At the beginning, it's just like "Here Comes Smile Time."
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. Damn. And they wrote music for the thing too. Shout out
yeah,
to those
yeah.
guys.
There's a fun song about math at one point.
Yes,
I
there
like that.
was.
We go to the action math news, and at the desk, it's that dog, and he goes, "In today's news, 2 plus 2 is 4." And he goes, "In related news, 4 plus 4 is 8."
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good stuff.
yeah. And then Wesley, see, I guess Wesley and Fred were watching the dumber version because I think on that when you cut to them, it's like 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 2 is 4, and that's a little bit smaller fractions.
No, they were watching exactly what I just quoted.
Oh, well, you said 4 plus 4.
Well, I
You were
did.
doing
They
bigger
did.
math.
Well, you wrote it down wrong. They say 2 plus 2 and 4 plus 4. Those are
I
the.
think I just heard
Oh no.
they
Well,
did.
yeah.
I think they
Yeah.
just started talking before. That's like when Knox comes in later and they
Oh,
like kick him out, and
yeah.
I got interrupted.
Shit's
Um,
not working with Knox.
you can tell
Gonna happy about
immediately.
that.
You can tell right here at the start. But first of all, that little kid passes out, and you see the scary smile he made.
Yeah.
That was so good. Anyway, so Knox gives Fred a card. He's like, "It's Valentine's Day was a few days ago. Here you
Right.
go." And she's like, I don't know about that. She's not so into it. You can sort of tell
She said,
immediately.
"Didn't we talk about this?" And he goes, "Can we talk about it again?"
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
another spin around the block. Fred,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you like me a little more. Uh, but no. And so Nina shows up from whatever episode that was. I didn't.
Unleashed, episode 3 of the season.
Okay, really fun episode. She had like that weird family dynamic that I couldn't figure out.
Yep.
Remember? But it was her sister and her sister's child, right?
Right.
Okay. And they talked about her like she still hasn't told them about
Mm-hmm.
her werewolfism. That's not a word.
Or
Anyway.
like lycanthropy.
Ooh. Are you a lichen if you're a werewolf? Are those not different
Yes.
things?
No, that's Underworld's just being highfalutin with its
Okay.
language.
Are we ever gonna do that, you think? That's never
Yeah.
even like been a thought to me to do.
Well, Len Wiseman, the director of those, just did the new John Wick. He directed Ballerina,
Okay.
and I worked with the writer of the Underworld films one day when I was working at Marvel because he
Okay.
was writing a Marvel comic at the time, and I have a fun story about a terrible girl in college dragging me to go see Underworld 2 in theaters.
I remember this. You watched the
Yeah,
first one like the night
she forced me to watch
prior.
the first one the night prior to prepare, and it was terrible. And I was like, "Oh God."
Luckily, there were only two at the time, or you'd have to
Yeah,
marathon them.
I know.
I'm sure you made people do that with like, there's a new Resident Evil. You got to watch all five Resident Evils with
I
me.
would I would never do that.
I bet you did that once.
No, I've done it with other franchises, but I understand that Resident Evil is a special breed. That like
That's a
I
Daniel
like
pick.
that. Yeah.
The I was gonna bring something up. Is it the same writer who wrote all the Underworlds? Is that the same guy?
Yeah, I think so. This dude Kevin Grievous. I think he's in them too.
Grievous, like
Yeah.
the general.
Yeah,
from
just like
Star
the
Wars.
general. I think it's spelled different though.
Okay, that's really cool. Oh, I forgot where we were at. Oh, Nina shows up and she's like really hitting on Angel, but he doesn't get it. He's
Yeah,
like dumb to the whole thing, and Wesley has to tell him, like, hey, if there's a girl that likes you, then you should like take note of that and maybe invest a little bit of energy into it. And but
yeah.
he's
I
being
like
dumb.
what Wesley says. Even the ladies are talking about how Nina likes you, and then
Yeah.
he's like, "What do you mean the ladies?" And he's like, Fred and Harmony and these girls in transcription. And then when Wesley starts talking about it more, Angel responds, "Oh my God, the ladies are right." I really like that line.
We don't know any of their names though, do we? We saw them talking though. They thought Wesley was gay. Remember that episode?
I don't think those are the girls in transcription. Those like
Oh,
I think the transcription girls are like whoever's in Wesley's department. The girls we saw talking about Wesley possibly being gay are like the assistant core of
mm.
Wolfram and Hart.
That's what I pictured when he mentioned girls. I just thought them.
Hmm.
Um, but I liked how it all played back into the end. How he is like, don't can't you uh, take a hint? Basically saying to Angel, and then Fred
Yeah,
has to like say, hey, that was the hint, you freaking bozo. Just tell him
yeah.
at the end. That was
That was
good.
a sign.
A
Get it
sign.
now?
I
Not,
saw the
and
sign.
he goes, not even close. I'm gonna need to fuck you on this desk first.
Yeah, show me more. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Do you like that song, The Sign?
Of course. That was a big song when I was a kid. Ace of Base, they were very popular. Don't turn around,
There's
or you're
one
gonna
Full
see my
House
heart break. Yeah.
episode where they sing it like 20 times. They sing it for a talent show. Stephanie and her friends. She's like a bad girl friend, Gina. Do you remember Gina?
Of course.
She would like smoke cigarettes and get her in trouble and shit. Gina
Yeah.
was so hot. I thought when I was a kid.
I did too. I
And
was
then she
gonna say it,
showed
and then I
up.
felt creepy about
But
it.
then she showed up for Fuller House. They brought Gina in for an
Oh
episode.
wow.
I popped so hard, and she is still so hot,
Really?
Gina.
Good for that's great. Great
Yeah,
nipples. Mm.
man. Shout out to Gina. I don't know if she was in more episodes. Honestly, one of my early crushes is Gina from Full House. All right. So Angel eventually gets turned into a puppet. Oh, Gunn. We saw Gunn early on has problems with his memory stuff. His programming is like wearing
Yeah,
off.
well, we start to see that in Why We Fight. There's like a scene early on where he doesn't have the information he needs, but it's definitely happening here, and we see him go to the dude that gave him the implant in this episode.
And he says it's all part of the plan. If they don't want you to remember everything, then that's why you're losing your memory. I'm not here to intervene with all
But
that
Gun,
stuff.
but Gunn makes a deal with him like, let's whatever it takes. I want that fucking implant back.
Is that true?
Yeah.
He's going like full off the deep end.
Hmm.
That's not good. They got to be doing something with him. Like that's his whole story so far. It's just
Oh,
that.
that's setting up quite a bit. We're like starting to reach the apex of that gun storyline.
Yeah, that's exciting. I loved so Angel gets turned into a puppet. I didn't really understand how it happened, honestly. Why is he the only one that gets turned into a puppet? How did it happen? How is that a
Well,
fix for the
he
episode?
infiltrates the Smile Time headquarters. Lorne figures out all
Huh.
the kids are getting turned smiley between 7 and 7:30 a.m. Wouldn't it be weird if there's a show on at that time called Smile Time?
Right.
And Angel goes by himself to investigate at headquarters. He sees that janitor who's like zombified, and then he goes down into this like closed off room. There's like a dude sitting there with a towel on his head and a big egg, and the
Mm.
egg opens up into a smile and like shoots some sort of burst out, and Angel goes flying, and then we see him. He's under a bunch of boxes. His hand emerges from the boxes and it's felt.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was uh Super Shredder.
What?
Doesn't that happen in the Teenage Mutant the coming out of the ground, his
Oh
hand
yes,
coming up
yes,
out?
yes. At the very end.
That was what I thought of in that moment.
But yeah, I like the visual of the egg opening up into the smile.
That
Like,
was very funny.
yeah,
Yes, I agree with that. No, yeah, you're right about all that. And he gets turned into a puppet. And I love how he's like messing with them though. He doesn't go to them immediately like, guys, I'm a puppet. What he does is he sits in his chair and he calls everyone to his office and he does a slow turnaround in his
yeah.
chair to reveal. What a funny guy. It's so funny. Uh, and then we get the party like walks through the office. It's very cute.
Well, we get the Spike thing before that.
What happened
That's
there?
that's the highlight of the episode to me when Spike finds out Angel's a puppet and he goes, "You're a wee little puppet man," and then they get into that big fight and sort of roll around Wolfman Hart, like they fight into the elevator and shit.
Yes. Very funny
That is
cut
great.
where he says that and then Spike goes flying through a wall. You
Yeah,
know that the
yeah,
puppet threw him through the wall.
yeah.
It's very funny. I sort of had a question though about um what was it that you just mentioned? You just brought something up and I had a question. I feel like they had to really write around Angel going off on his own, where he was like, well, I got to do it. And then Fred was like, wow, he really jumped into action there. And they're like, yeah, well, I guess he wants to save the kids. Like, all that was very weird, the way they.
Yeah, I never occurred to me once watching this
Well,
episode.
you know that they had to get Angel by himself to turn into a puppet off on
For
his own.
what?
I mean, now that you think about it, I think it's pretty weird the way it's
He's done
written.
shit by himself. The season opens with Angel out by himself fighting shit. Remember, and the Wolfman Hart sends in those like
You're
PR
right.
guys and shit.
But honestly, even in the moment, it did feel weird to me because a few episodes ago he was like, "I'm gonna quit," and then now he's just like jumping up. All right, I'm gonna go do this thing on my own.
Well,
I
because
don't know.
because Cordelia got her guy back on track.
Totally. All right, I can't blame that then. Oh, so Knox. Oh, this is when we like send Knox home. Knox is like, "Hey guys, what are you watching? We're trying to investigate that cartoon. What's in the cartoon that
Not
could
a
be
cartoon.
whatever. You're right. It's not a cartoon." But we realized, that during the singing, the little guy comes up to the screen and he's like, "Hey,
They
yeah, you
mute the
should go on the
TV,
ground."
yeah, and they
And
can
like,
see that.
yeah, that was pretty
That, by the
scary.
way, the fucking opening when he like does that to the kid, he gets up and he goes, "Yeah, touch it," and he's talking about the
Mm-hmm.
TV, but it's so fucking pedophilia coded.
And even he's going
Uh,
like, "Oh yeah,
yeah, I
oh
know.
yeah." No, I felt the same thing. I was like, "Oh my God, this is
It is
nuts right now."
so weird and creepy. I love it.
Yeah, I had the same thought actually. You're right. And this is when Gunn goes to that guy like, "Hey, help me out," but he said no, but Gunn got him to help. I thought Gunn didn't get him to help.
I think Gunn talks him into it. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah.
How did he talk him into it?
Well, he says like just you know whatever it takes.
Pretty
I think
please, with a
yeah,
cherry
something.
on top.
I don't
And he's
know.
like, "All right."
Maybe we don't find out ultimately, but that's the idea. Is like Gunn feels like he can't live without this, and I like the doctor saying like I wouldn't. Oh well, that's what it is. The doctor says like I'm not gonna make a deal with Charles Gunn, ignorant muscle from the street. I'll make a deal with Charles Gunn, attorney at law.
Hmm.
Mhm.
It's pretty interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen, but Gunn had a funny line. I don't know if I read what I was supposed to read into this exactly, but did he say that Happy Days also went under a similar thing, and that's why they were able to get a few more seasons out of the show?
Well, Happy Days famously the term "jump the shark" comes from Happy Days.
Really?
Yeah, because there's an episode where Fonzie uh, water skis over a shark,
Wow,
and
Daniel. Thank
yeah,
you for teaching me that.
yes, yes, and then the last couple seasons of Happy Days are like so brutally bad. So like that term comes from like what moment does the show jump the shark? And the moment
Wow.
Happy Days jumps the shark is when Fonzie jumps the shark.
There should be more moments in shows and TV where people literally jump. sharks, like as like a, just a funny thing,
There
because I
is
would laugh
in
every time.
there's a great moment in Arrested Development where there's like a dead shark on the boardwalk, and
Yeah.
Henry Winkler's on that show,
Oh
and
yeah.
he just does like a hop over it.
How? He's old and so small. How did he jump over a shark?
Like a baby shark.
Baby shark.
All right.
I love Baby Shark. Actually, no, I do kind of love Baby Shark.
I love Baby Shark. It's the greatest song of summer.
I had a thought. There's no song of this summer, is there?
I think it's gonna
Is
be
it
that Man
Man
Child.
Child? Is it
Yeah.
really?
So far.
Have you
Listen,
heard it?
sometimes Song
You
of
like it?
Summer doesn't come out till late, man. There's a Song of Summer like Shake It Off came out in like early September one year.
Wow. Well, that was the
Yeah.
song of the decade.
Yeah.
All right. So, oh, Fred. And there's a part where Wesley's fighting the giant purple puppet, and Fred kills it, shoots it with a gun, and then gives Fred a look, or gives Wesley a look, like I just saved your life, Wesley. Wasn't that
Right.
cool? That
That
was
was the
awesome.
ratio horn blower because he had a little horn.
I didn't catch any of that.
That was the puppet's name. It's very funny.
That is funny.
Ratio horn blower.
Isn't what is that?
Well, there's an old character, Horatio
Horatio? Okay,
Hornblower.
but this is
Yeah.
a math guy, so ratio.
Yeah.
That's very funny. All right. And then this is where the episode, I don't want to say jumped the shark, but I would say elevated, like took a step forward when Puppet Angel, there's a part somebody says, like, oh, you got a little demon in you. And he says, I have got a lot of demon in me. When then his face turns
Yeah.
into a vampire puppet
Classic.
face. Best part ever. Honestly, that might be the best thing Angel ever did. Like the show, having him turn into a puppet, but then having the puppet turn into they could have not done that, but they did it. And
Mhm.
honestly, props to them. That's so funny.
Brilliant.
There's a part I was confused by this. Nina eats Puppet Angel, but then she didn't.
No, she rips Puppet Angel up a bit, but Lauren gets like the remains of Puppet Angel and is able to get them sewn back together.
That seemed crazy to me. Seemed like she would
I,
just destroy that. There would be
she
nothing left of him.
I know, but he's still alive, so I guess he was able to get away. But yeah, there's the part where Lauren is walking down the hall with like the remains of Puppet Angel, and it's just going like medic.
He's a lot better in this episode.
Yeah, he says, "Is there a Geppetto in the house?"
Right.
Yeah,
I didn't really get that.
well, Geppetto like he made Pinocchio.
Oh, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Uh, fun shot. Nina, she's naked. Did you like
yeah.
that one?
She holds her boob for a second to cover it from the audience. I appreciated
Very,
it.
very, very skilled at that. That was a very, very impressive moment she had. I don't know how she did that so fast. Um, and then she realizes, oh no, Angel's dead. I ate him. But then he comes back later on. So he shows up, but he had been avoiding her because I guess he does like her because he didn't want her to see
You
the.
skipped the fucking creepy ass scene where the puppet is sticking his hand up the back of that guy.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, we go
Yeah,
visit the creator, but
Smile
he's
Time.
not actually alive, or he is
Right.
alive
And
a
the
little bit.
creator of Smile Time is played by longtime Buffy and Angel writer David Fury.
No way.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Um,
Gregor Famkin. I see it here. That's
yeah,
incredible. He was good.
yeah, not a noticeable non-actor.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't
And this is the
freaking
second
notice.
time we've seen him. He, of course, is the guy in Once More with Feeling who sings, They got the mustard out.
That's right. That's right.
But
Who was
yeah,
the girl that was
oh, that
singing?
was Marty Noxon.
Okay, she was
Yeah,
better.
they're
He
both
was
good.
good too. He was good too.
But fucking, that scene is so fucked up. Like you think he's like a creepy dude, but then like the puppets come out behind him and uh, ugh.
It had its hand up its back. It was
Yeah,
very Dead Silence. Have you seen that movie? You've seen that, haven't you?
yeah, it's
There,
pretty bad, but yeah.
it's fun. There's a I don't know, I guess I'm gonna spoil it. There's a twist where like the guy's dad is actually being puppeteered by like the stepmom or something.
I don't even
Fun,
remember that.
very fun twist. Yeah, the dad's not actually alive anymore or something like that. Fun. James Wan, shout out. All right, and then what happens? So Nina's naked. Oh, Angel shows back up. He's like, "Hey, I'll be normal again soon, and we can go get some breakfast in a couple days."
I think they're going now.
You think so?
Yeah, because she says, "What do puppets eat?" And he says, "I don't know. Let's find out."
I honestly thought that was like perfect move to like try to get down in that cell. You want to find out what puppets eat? Uh, like I honestly thought that's where it was going. But then yeah, they do sort of head off. I guess they are going to
Yeah.
breakfast.
So like Angel and Nina go on their first date with Angel as a puppet.
Would somebody serve them food?
I got to imagine they're eating in the Wolferman Hart cafeteria.
Oh, okay. They're not going
Yeah.
to a Chick-fil-A. Do they have breakfast? I don't know.
Is that where you have breakfast?
I don't know. I don't know. That
We
was a
said
bad.
Denny's.
Yeah, that was a dumb place to pick. Because it might be Sunday. They might be closed. Is Wolfram Hard open on Sundays?
I think they're open 24/7, 365.
You're right. They got enough people there. Um, all right. That's oh, and then Fred and Wesley kiss. She was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, that was that enough of a signal for you, Wesley? Come on." And then yeah, they're kissing, and then it's like
It's nice. You're happy for Wesley.
totally. And the song plays us out. Very good.
Yeah.
Four,
A classic. It's a 5.
five.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna bump it up for sure. Who's your MVP?
Um, I guess Puppet Angel. you know,
Mm-hmm.
I love that scene with Spike, so I'm tempted to say Spike, but he's really only there for that one scene.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go Spike. I'm gonna go with Angel. He did good voice work too.
Yeah, I thought so too. Boreanaz is very funny in this episode.
Yeah,
And LVP, can you talk to me?
I was
What are you doing over
doing a
there?
new ranking. I was bumping it up a few
Uh,
spots because I didn't like where I had it.
all right,
Maybe Gun.
gun. No, I like the stuff with him and the scientist. Um,
I don't want to go somebody I don't remember. All the other people I don't really remember. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
liked all the puppets. I feel like
I
all some of
like
these
all
names
four of
might.
them.
Yeah,
Maybe the girl puppet. She didn't have a lot to do because I
her
like
singing
the
was really
dog.
good. Her she does some of the harmonizing in the song whenever they
Okay.
play us out. It's like her and a guy, and I like her.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
No LVP this week.
I'll
I,
go
I
a
got I got
gun.
to get out of this
All
fucking
right,
fly infested shit.
that was Smile Time. I ranked it 30 between Through the Looking Glass, all of that Pylea section, and then Long Day's Journey. So
What do I have at like 10?
whoa. 10 you have Sleep Tight.
All right, read me down from that.
Spin the Bottle. You're welcome. Billy. Soulless. You're welcome might be too low, honestly. That might be my favorite episode now that I'm thinking about it.
Wow.
I was so sad in the moment, but now that I know everything, it might be my favorite episode.
Okay.
Billy, Soulless, Epiphany, The Trial,
All right.
Sanctuary.
Between Solus and Epiphany, I like it.
Okay, your new 15.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh shit, I do not have the Patreon pulled up. Tell me what episodes are next while I pull the Patreon.
I'll read the Patreon.
Okay.
I've got them.
All right.
All right. So Josh,
Josh, let us know why you were had that weird nickname. What was that
he
the other
he
day?
did. He did.
Oh, he lets us know here?
Yeah.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
all right. So first he says Nazi Spike. He's just into that. Uh, about Smile Time. Wesley's looking a little bit too clean cut. That's right. No 5 o'clock shadow this episode at all. Purple iMac at Smile Time headquarters. That big circle thing that blasted Angel with light, the nest egg, when it opened up to let the light out, was in the shape of a big smile. Yes, it was. Angel's a Muppet. I love this show. Spike gave a great performance wrestling the puppet.
Yes.
Yes. This is so fun. This show's got whimsy and heart. It's so fun to think about the actors working alongside the angel puppet. Yeah. I know I've seen a character design similar to the purple trumpet nose guy, but I can't place it. Any ideas?
Who's the purple people eater? You know what that guy is?
Yeah. Well, there's a song. It was a novelty
One-eyed
song from the
purple people
60s.
eater.
One-eyed something. Yeah.
Purple
And
people eater.
and then in the late
That's what I
80s,
thought
they
of.
made a TV movie based on that song.
Oh wow. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
And I watched that as a kid a few times.
Maybe he reminded you of Barney. He's big purple guy.
No, Barney's after my time. I'm that old.
I'm talking to Josh. Oh, he's in your
Oh,
time.
well,
You guys are the
Josh's
same time.
a year younger than me, so maybe he crossed over with Barney a little bit. Like Barney was like right on the
I
cusp.
mean, crazy. A year makes the difference.
Yeah. All right. Guys, in the early days of Angel, I had a big problem with the tone of the show. They just abruptly switched between being dead serious and doofy. Now they've perfected it, being very silly while maintaining the veneer of seriousness. Mwah.
I like that
All right.
take. I never
Yeah,
had that problem.
good take.
Yeah.
All right, and then main feed stuff. This is so his nickname was Tut.
Tight. That's right.
I showed up at sleepaway camp with a buzz cut and a tan. Someone thought I looked like King Tut, and the nickname Tut just really stuck. I actually would still prefer that to Josh. I'm not a fan of that name.
Oh my gosh.
I remember that though. He came back from sleepaway camp and he was telling people to call him Tut.
Oh, that was his
Like,
request.
yeah, he really latched on to that nickname. Um, Also, my friend Moonbeam, that's hilarious, used to sing the SNL King Tut song to me all the time. Yeah, that's fun. You know that song?
Moonbeam.
Yeah.
No.
There were also some rude, incestuous jokes involving Cleopatra's needles. I don't even understand that. That bit you guys did about clan meetings over Zoom was absolute gold. I was laughing
Oh
my
yeah,
pants
that
off.
was funny.
Thank you, Josh.
He's like,
Some bitch just checking on me. Some lady works here.
well, you
Look
gotta
at
do
her. You
that.
see her in the background?
Yeah, you
She's
gotta make
walkie
sure you're
talking someone.
okay.
He's outside. He's outside
Come
right now.
on,
He
just
hasn't
doing
run
her
away.
job.
All right.
They're worried about you.
All right. Now,
Why does he hate the name Josh? What's wrong with Josh?
I don't know. I think Josh is a perfectly fine name.
Yeah.
All right. Here's Laura. I so knew it was going to be Spike. Oh, I guess that's the Nazi.
Hmm.
The show is very good at making you forget what he really is, but putting on that uniform must be a low point even for him. The other vampires on the submarine definitely influenced the character designs of what we do in the shadows. I will
Wow.
say that Prince of Lies is largely based on Max Schreck from the original Nosferatu, who Willem Dafoe played in Shadow of the Vampire. So what we do in the shadows might be taken from that as well.
I thought that was a Batman character.
Max Schreck. Well, yeah, it is. It's weirdly Christopher Walken's name in Batman Returns, but
Right. Weird.
why do flies
They're
do they give a shit
outside.
about me? I'm not food.
They
As
just
far as I know,
they're not trying
flies
to eat
gather
you.
around garbage and shit, and I am neither of those
They're
things.
just inspecting you. What's this creature? Why does it smell like that?
I
They're
just
wondering.
showered.
I'm just kidding. And combed your hair. You're looking
No,
great.
thank you.
You're welcome.
It says World War II nerds. Captain America must have come out really recently. I don't know what she's talking about. Captain America came out A in the 40s, and B the movie didn't come out for another like 10 years.
Don't they talk
Uh,
about him though?
yeah,
They say Steve
uh,
Rogers
they say he's Steve Rogers. He's a super soldier like Steve Rogers or Captain America.
or Captain America.
Yeah,
He
idiot.
is
Steve
Captain
Rogers is
America.
Captain America. And he goes, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd give him a
Um,
pass. They wouldn't know that probably.
Boreans looks fantastic in that turtleneck. Considering the Nazis were nuts for all sorts of weird mythological shit, it doesn't seem far fetched they try to put together a vampire regiment. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And then for Smile Time, oh no, this is too creepy for me. When Nina showed up, I expected her niece would be among those affected by the show. That might make sense.
Oh, Laura.
Yeah.
Great little rewrite there.
Yeah. Does Fred not live in the Wolfram Hart building? No. Wesley gets a cab for her at some point. Apparently, she lives around Venice Beach. Um, uh,
Why'd she think that? Do the others live there?
I think it's established at least that Angel lives like on the premises in an
I haven't
apartment.
really thought much about that, honestly. Fred loved that moment though. Like, wow, Wesley really he ordered me a cab. What a nice guy.
Well, no. She's trying to get Wesley to drive her home. She's trying to make something happen there,
Oh,
and Wesley doesn't get the signal, and he's like, "Gotcha.
I
I'd like
didn't
to
pick
order
up
a
on
cab."
that either.
Yeah.
I thought she looked at him like lovingly, like, oh, what a gentleman ordered me.
I no, I think she's looking at him
What a
lovingly because she's
dummy.
trying to set up a little flirt sesh, but No.
That's very funny.
Uh, I didn't mind him until now, but Knox is massively annoying in this
I
episode.
called
Yes,
it. I called it
you did.
from first glance.
And she says, "Yes, finally, Wes and Fred. I also just watched Joss Whedon
Whoa.
Much Ado About Nothing, and these two are an acting match made in heaven."
They're both in it.
Yeah, and they play opposite each other quite a lot.
Okay, that makes me want to watch it even more. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta watch Serenity first. Gotta watch all Firefly and then watch
Yeah,
Serenity.
gotta watch all of Firefly and Serenity, then that, and then Dollhouse, and then you're probably good.
Firefly is what, one season or two seasons?
This one, it's only
Okay.
13 episodes.
And I've already watched two of them. One by accident and one that I because I had to do makeup.
I think you watched three of them because the 2 hour premiere I think counts as two episodes.
Really
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
All right, all right.
All right, and all right, next week I'm not gonna be able to get breakfast. I missed breakfast today.
Oh my, should we do it earlier next time?
No, it's okay. Breakfast is fucking gross here. All the food's disgusting. Um,
What time's lunch then? Noon probably.
Noon. I
You
could
just gotta
last
wait.
time. Yeah, it's fine. All right, next week, episode 15, written and directed by Joss Whedon, A Hole in the World.
Okay.
And then episode 16, which I believe is written and directed by Stephen Eston Knight, and that's called Shells.
Hmm. I don't know what that would be about. But Connor still has to learn that Cordelia is dead, right? That's like a thing he has to learn about.
Connor doesn't know who
He doesn't
Cordelia
know
is.
who they are.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. Because that was my thinking of getting Connor back into the show was he's gonna have to learn. But you're right, he doesn't know about that. Well, now I don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm very excited. And everything with guns up in the air. Is Knox gonna turn bad? Because now the girl he liked turned him down. What's gonna happen
There's
there?
quite a lot going on next week. These are very crucial episodes of Angel.
All right. Well, I'm excited. All right, we'll end and then are we doing anything on Friday?
I thought we were doing Survivor.
Okay. I didn't know if we were or not. So
Yeah.
okay, so we'll do that. Anything
All
else?
right. No,
Okay. I hope
blood is delicious.